The Arctic, a critical component of Earth's climate system, acts as a giant reflector, bouncing sunlight back into space. However, this frozen sentinel is in peril. The Arctic sea ice is shrinking at an alarming rate, a stark testament to the escalating impacts of climate change. For centuries, the Arctic Ocean has been cloaked in a frozen expanse for much of the year. This natural cycle is being disrupted by rising global temperatures, driven primarily by human activities releasing greenhouse gases. The consequences of this Arctic meltdown are far-reaching, impacting the global climate system and the delicate web of life that depends on it. From rising sea levels to more extreme weather events, the implications of a shrinking Arctic sea ice are profound and demand our urgent attention. The Arctic is a bellwether, a sensitive indicator of the health of our planet. The year 2025 marked a grim milestone in the Arctic's history, witnessing the lowest sea ice extent ever recorded. On March 22, the ice cap reached its maximum annual extent, a paltry 5.53 million square miles. This figure represents a significant departure from the long-term average and shatters the previous record low set in 2017. To put it into perspective, the missing ice area is larger than the combined size of California, Texas, and Washington. Satellite measurements have been tracking this decline with alarming precision. These measurements provide irrefutable evidence of the Arctic's shrinking ice cap. The data reveals a consistent and alarming trend. Less ice is forming during the winter months, and what does form is thinner and more vulnerable to melting in the summer. The Arctic sea ice is a vital component of the Earth's climate system, playing a crucial role in regulating global temperatures. Its reflective surface acts like a giant mirror, reflecting a significant portion of incoming solar radiation back into space. This reflectivity helps to keep the Arctic cool and in turn moderates global temperatures. As sea ice melts, it exposes darker ocean water which absorbs more solar radiation, leading to further warming. This process, known as the ice albedo feedback loop, amplifies the effects of climate change. The Arctic also plays a crucial role in global ocean circulation patterns, driving the movement of warm and cold water currents around the planet. The formation and melting of sea ice influence the salinity and density of ocean water, which are key drivers of these currents. Changes in these currents can have far-reaching effects on weather patterns and marine ecosystems around the world. Section 4. Global Consequences. From weather extremes to rising seas. The diminishing Arctic sea ice is not just a regional concern, it has profound implications for the entire planet. One of the most significant consequences is the impact on global weather patterns. The Arctic, with its unique temperature gradients, plays a crucial role in driving atmospheric circulation patterns, including the jet stream. The jet stream influences weather patterns across the northern hemisphere. As the Arctic warms at a faster rate than lower latitudes, the temperature difference between the two regions decreases. This reduced temperature gradient weakens the jet stream, causing it to meander and become more erratic. A weaker and more erratic jet stream can lead to more extreme weather events, such as prolonged heat waves, persistent droughts, and intense storms. Another significant global consequence of shrinking Arctic sea ice is sea level rise. As the Arctic warms, it accelerates the melting of glaciers and ice sheets in Greenland and Antarctica, contributing to sea level rise. Section 5. Echoes in the ecosystem, wildlife at the brink. The shrinking Arctic sea ice is a matter of survival for the unique and fragile ecosystem that depends on it. Polar bears, iconic symbols of the Arctic, depend on sea ice for hunting their primary prey, seals. They use the ice as a platform to ambush seals at their breathing holes and as a means of traveling long distances. As sea ice diminishes, polar bears are forced to venture further inland or onto land, where they face starvation, exhaustion, and increased conflict with humans. Walruses use sea ice as a resting platform between foraging bouts and as a safe haven for giving birth and raising their young. With less ice available, walruses are forced to haul out onto land in massive numbers, leading to overcrowding, trampling of young, and increased vulnerability to predators. Seals rely on the ice to give birth and raise their pups, and they use it as a platform for hunting and resting. As ice diminishes, seals face increased predation risk, reduced access to prey, and disruptions to their breeding cycles. Section 6. A future adrift projections and uncertainties. Predicting the future of the Arctic sea ice is a complex task, fraught with uncertainties. However, climate models, informed by decades of observations and scientific understanding, paint a sobering picture. These models project continued warming in the Arctic, leading to further declines in sea ice extent and thickness. Some models suggest that the Arctic could experience ice-free summers as early as the 2030s, while others project that this milestone could be reached later in the century. The timing may be uncertain, but the overall trend is clear. The Arctic is heading towards a future with significantly less sea ice. The consequences of an ice-free Arctic are far-reaching and potentially catastrophic. It would accelerate global warming, disrupt weather patterns, alter ocean currents, and devastate Arctic ecosystems. Section 7. A call to action, safeguarding our planet's future. The record-low Arctic sea ice levels are a stark wake-up call, signaling the urgency of the climate crisis. The Arctic's fate is intertwined with our own, and the time for complacency has long passed. The science is unequivocal. Human activities, primarily the burning of fossil fuels, are driving global warming, and the Arctic is feeling the brunt of this warming more intensely than anywhere else on Earth. We have a moral imperative to act, to safeguard the future of our planet and the well-being of generations to come. The task before us is monumental, but it is not insurmountable. We have the knowledge, the technology, and the resources to transition to a low-carbon economy, to curb greenhouse gas emissions, and to chart a more sustainable path forward. The solutions are multifaceted and require a collective effort from individuals, communities, businesses, and governments worldwide. Let us heed this wake-up call and rise to the challenge before us, for the sake of the Arctic, for the sake of our planet, and for the sake of future generations.